Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Mac here with a Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies video. In this video, we are playing on the map 9, and we are going to be grabbing a bunch of achievements or trophies if we want to along the way. The goal of this video is to get you the Serket's Kiss, which is the wonder weapon on this map. While doing that, you can also get some other things that I will point out along the way. Now, the first and most obvious step to accomplishing this is to summon the Pack-a-Punch machine. I won't get into details, you should probably know how to do this already, but essentially you'll visit all 4 towers, kill the challengers, feed their heads to the altar in the temple room, and that will summon the Pack-a-Punch. Now, most of the next steps can be done out of order, so keep that in mind. You might want to watch through the whole video instead of just going step by step. But the next thing you want to do is shoot the little brazier that is located in this hallway that faces from the Pack-a-Punch machine room, and that will create a fire along the wall. And now if you go to the bridge between the Tower of Danu and the Tower of Ra, you will see a fire on the ground that will point in one of 4 directions. It will point to one of the 4 towers. Now, this fire will point towards a newly spawned item, which is the statue head. So find out which tower it's in, and then I'll show you the 4 locations it can spawn in. If the arrow is pointing towards the Tower of Danu, you can find the head inside of a pool of water at the bottom level of the tower.
A statue. Someone.
Now, if the arrow points towards the Tower of Ra, you can go down to the basement floor and find the statue head near a fire pit in the corner. And interestingly enough, the statue head will appear from the very beginning of the game. However, you won't be able to pick it up until you actually shoot down that fire bowl. If the arrow is pointing towards the Tower of Odin, you will want to go to the basement floor, and in there you will see a giant cauldron of fire. You should be able to find the statue near the base of this cauldron or somewhere in one of the corners of the room. This is the only one I haven't had a chance to see myself. Last but not least, if your arrow is pointing towards the Tower of Zeus, you will want to again go to the basement. In the basement there is a bloodbath, and you will find it in this corner of the bloodbath. Just go inside and do a 180 or a 360. You should quickly find it. And you now have the statue head. Now that you have the statue head, you will need the acid trap. The acid trap has 3 parts to it. The first part is attained in the middle of the arena upon putting in your 3rd challenge. There are banners along the outside. Cut down a banner to get the challenges. Completing the 3rd challenge will spawn that item. Now, the other 2 items are found inside of the temple, which is where the Pack-a-Punch is, and they can be found along the outer edges of the map. So here you'll see in the corner, if you are running counterclockwise, you will find a pair of gears, and then continuing to run counterclockwise on the opposite side of this room, you can find the chains, which are kind of hung up on the side of the door there.
All things have a place. We must find yours.
So now that we have all 3 parts of the acid trap, we actually have to build it. We're going to be using the one near the arena entrance, but there are also traps inside of the Tower of Odin and the Tower of Zeus. So you're just going to interact with the wall in order to build it. And then you will want to place the statue head underneath the acid trap once it's built, and you will want to activate the acid trap in order for the acid trap to spill onto the statue head. You will now want to wait for the acid trap to run its course, and upon completing, you can now safely go up and pick up the new item on the grate, which looks like a serpent's key, but it's actually one of those sticks that you put into a tree in order to get the sap from.
Our statue was hiding a secret.
Now, the next step can be a little bit tricky, but you will have to hold full crowd affinity for a full 2 rounds in order to spawn a golden cup. Now, as you are fighting the zombies, in the bottom left corner of the screen, you will see a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And the better you do, the more likely this is to be a thumbs up. And once at max level, you will see that it's almost pulsating and generating this particle effect around it, which means that your affinity is at maximum level. And what you will need to do is hold this affinity at the full level for 1 or 2 full rounds without losing it. What you want to do in order to get affinity is kill zombies quickly and efficiently and make sure that you don't take damage. Obviously, the zombies themselves can damage you. Additionally, you can damage yourself with fire in the arena. You can damage yourself with your own traps or your own grenades, for example. And actually shooting the crowd in the arena itself can also negatively affect your affinity. Now, I don't believe this next tip is necessary, but this is how we did it. We would split up and we allowed one person with the higher affinity to be on top where the arena is in front of the actual crowd. I don't believe they need to see you, but we were just playing it on the safe side. Once this step is completed, you will hear a loud voiceover that says "a gift from Serket," and you will see the crowd throw some items towards you, and one of those items will be a golden cup that will explode into confetti in order to see it a little bit more easily.
A gift from Serket.
An empty jar.
Now, obviously, you want to pick up this golden cup, and then you want to fill the cup using a tree. Now, what does that mean? You want to go into the basement of the Tower of Danu with the cup and that little key sapper thing, and you want to find this tree with a small hole in it, and you want to melee the hole in order to put that little thing inside. And this will begin oozing and dripping a green liquid, and at the bottom you want to hold the interact button to place the cup, and that will begin filling the cup. Now, filling the cup is not based on a timer, but it is based on the rounds. So since we put the cup down during round 11, we can expect it to be filled at the end of round 12, so right at the beginning of round 13. So once that does happen, make sure you go back into the basement in order to pick up the cup, and you are ready for the last step. However, we would recommend that you kind of clear out a couple of zombies to make it a little bit easier. Now, the last step is to poison the mystery box. So after grabbing the cup, find the mystery box and interact with the left side of it, and you'll have a new prompt that says poison the mystery box. With the mystery box poisoned, you are guaranteed to get the weapon called Death Orion from the next spin. You only get one spin, so if you have a bunch of teammates, only one person's going to get it, as far as we understand. If this changes or you guys know something different, please leave a comment down below. Now, one extra note I did want to make is that if you spawn this weapon and then gift it, you will unlock an achievement or trophy for doing so. So feel free to do that with your co-op partner if you want. You can gift a mystery box weapon by meleeing it, and keep in mind there's a strict timer and they will disappear quite quickly if not picked up. Another achievement or trophy you can grab is for getting 9 kills with a single uncharged shot of the Death Orion. What you want to do is just make a giant chain of zombies and try to kill 9 of them. You probably want to crouch and aim very high. We weren't able to do this on multiple attempts, so if you come up with something better, feel free to go for it. If you do get into later rounds, it gets a little bit riskier though. But the whole point of the video is to get the Serket's Kiss, and to do that you want to take the Death Orion, which we just got from the mystery box, and we want to pack-a-punch it, and you want to make sure you don't do what I do and immediately go down afterwards. Luckily I did have a self-revive, so I picked myself up and grabbed it, and once you grab it for the first time, you will unlock another achievement or trophy. Now, this weapon is actually really cool and is very powerful in large groups of enemies. Hitting an enemy with a charged shot basically electrocutes them and anyone around them, chaining the electricity from zombie to zombie, and the electricity does damage over time, so the longer they sit in it, the more damage they do, but they don't instantly die, and the bosses won't die from a single shot. But it does kind of just make them sit there so you can pick them off, which makes the gladiators and some of the higher level enemies a lot easier. Obviously, it doesn't have too much ammo, and the only way to refill it is to get max ammo pickups, which is unfortunate, but it is a really fun and cool weapon to use in the game, and hopefully you guys were able to grab a couple of achievements and trophies along the way. And that is how you get the Serket's Kiss in Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies on the map 9. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the video was helpful. Special thanks to all the amazing people on Patreon for supporting the show, and hopefully I see you guys next time. Peace.